on the stage today, I can tell you that life with education is privileged over one without, for one simple reason: choice. We have all heard the stories of people who succeed at astronomical level despite a lack of privilege or education. However, we all know that these are a few and far between. You have to be responsible for your country. It doesn't take much to say molweni to someone that you do not know. Turning to the second view, that education is a right, I must enter the fray and query whether that right is a right when it's not equalized to ensure equal access to equal opportunities for learning for all. We must face the reality that we live in a world where, as Plato put it, and I quote, "When equality is given to unequal things, the resultant will be unequal," close quote. We cannot deny that access, funding, paucity of higher education institutions, supply versus demand, and many other challenges have resulted in the haves and have-nots in the higher education sector. Based on this argument, education may be a right, but what is the point of a right when such a right still results in privilege over necessity? I want to propose an alternative debate in which education is an honor. We are all honored by a chance to be here today and where we are today. The honor of education is something that demands praise and respect at the highest level, both intrinsically and extrinsically. Honor demands recognition of importance of value and ultimately grounded on respect. Always remember that it is not a sign of weakness if you respect people or you show them regard. Regardless of their class and background, you have a responsibility to be kind, to respect all mankind. With my education as an honor theorem, and with the support of my management team, we have begun to reflect on whether this institution is honoring the students we serve and the wider community of the Eastern Cape, South Africa, and the wider world. Our answer to this investigation is Vision 2030, which has taken an honest, incidentally deriving from the word honor, account of the strengths and weaknesses of the university, and it is committed to honoring its past, present, and future going forward. Still, we also need to celebrate and honor those who have taken the intentions of Vision 2030. In this instance, I refer to the staff and academics who have just obtained their PhD studies or registered for their qualifications. In Komani, we have witnessed almost 4 staff members that I wish to congratulate, who have obtained their PhDs: Drs. Mbeshu, Drs. Madalambana, and Dr. Seleke, and I thank them for subscribing to the vision, which is us pursuing excellence. In addition, it is no wonder to date that we have NRF-rated researchers, 27, whereas in 2020, we stood at 4 NRF-rated researchers. I hope that these doctors will soon be rated, and I hope that these doctors will soon submit themselves for promotions, because we want to have more academics who are associate professors and full professors, so that we can begin to continue, not to begin, but to continue to provide relevant and impactful programs and relevant and impactful research and community engagement initiatives. Our journey to excellence is still ongoing. We still have a long way to travel, but we have started, and on a positive note. We will not give up in the face of challenges, because baninzi abantu abangafuniyo ukuthi siqhubeke sibe successful. Kodwa thina sizoqhubeka. And I can see the staff are ready. Yesterday we had staff from the support who graduated. And that is something that you do not often see. We are ultimately the role providers of higher education, and therefore it is important that we take choices, or we make choices, strive for equality and excellence, and honor the institution which houses us. Working again from my theory of education as an honor, I cannot lose sight of the fact that our duties as a university must be balanced by those of students and alumni, as you are soon to be. In doing so, I trust you'll reflect on a time at WSU and ask yourselves whether you have acted with honor towards the institution, the staff, and your fellow students. In other words, have you contributed to the pursuit of excellence that you hold so dear? Ndinifuna ukunibona again, nibuya, nizograduate masters zenu, nizograduate i-PhD zenu, nihlale nathi estagini as academics. I trust you can all answer that question honestly. We hope that we can continue to count on you as an alumni of this institution and hopefully retain the majority for further education and training, because ultimately honor must be fed to be worthwhile. I cannot determine whether the privilege versus the right argument can be resolved in our world. I can tell you that admitting one's privilege or right or honor isn't an indictment of oneself, but ignoring them in the face of those without is. I believe the purpose of what we do with our time here, with our resources, if it's not in support of all the life around us, then what are we doing? What we are engaged in is not worth anything at all. As one writer once observed, and I quote, "Becoming aware of privilege should not be viewed as a burden or a source of guilt, but rather as an opportunity to learn and be responsible so that may work toward a more just and inclusive world," and I close quote. In conclusion, I would like to welcome you here today and encourage you to emulate from family members should also join in celebration as their sons and daughters' names are called out to cross the stage, to be kept by myself and hooded by the registrar. We, however, ask that we do so briefly when the name of your candidate is called. Thereafter, allow others to hear the calling of the names of their candidates. We also ask, please, put your cell phones on silence. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Sit back and enjoy the proceedings. And to our graduate, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I hereby declare that the candidates whose names appear on your program have duly satisfied all the requirements, and I have the honor to request that they be presented to you for the conferring of degrees and awarding of diplomas and certificates in the respective instructional programs.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education, Further Education and Training, specializing in Economics and Management Science, on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Basatile Mihlali. Bless Sinovuyo. Boxa Tobela. Pele Amanda. Tengani Kanya. Daniso Lilita. Dianomvuyisio Patricia. Finca Inati. Gulonwabo. Gwenchu Asiphe. Ashe Atenkosi. Okay. Okay. Hlenganisi Babalwe. Jafta Salatiso. Javu Olwethu. Kwehla Zenande. wena Palisa, Machefane Nandipha, Macingwana Neliseka, Macingwana Siziphiwe, Madikizela Mathobela, Magoqoba Anelisiwe, Mahashe Nompumelelo, Majila Sivuyile, Mantiyane Thamsanqa, Mahau Ayanda, Masiso Spesihle Obri, Mathanga Unam, Mantuntutha Ncedisa Lungelwa, Maxithi Ayavuya, Mbande Athayanda, Mbangi Daliwonga, Mpashe Lukhanyo, Mbokazi Bongeka, Mdlazi Lwando, Mdubeki Azile, Mdubeki Fezile, Meje Songezo, Memela Andile, Mhlaba Nomabhunga, Mkhize Jabulile Pearl, Mkhize Zwakele Nokwanda. Mlandelwa Khanyisa. Ndila Innocent. Ngwane Sandiswa. Nobengwa Sinemvelo. Nodwele Siyamthanda. Tanjana Sivuyisiwe. Ntsevu Lerato. Nyauza Zanoxolo. Phaya Coceka. Phendu Zinhle. Qebe Yimbasa. Khongo Zizipho. Sabokwe Someleze. Shemane Keketso Emmanuel. Siswana Sandisiwe. Sophazi Nikita. Zuma Siphamandla. Okay. Madam Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education, Further Education and Training, specializing in Humanities, on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Bengu Babalwa Bet Bovu Siyanda. Cele Siphokazi. Charles Namhla. Chungwa Tabiso. Tubeni Siphamandla. Diko Zimasa. Dlamini Lungelo Valentino. Liwa Sinesipho. Dubula Khonco Zenande. Zanibe Zandisiwe. Govuza Anam. Feni Soyisile. Fodom Nonopha. Gaxela Nosive. Celu Asiphe. Golothela Mzimasi. Goniwe Asiphe. Gwiliza Asisipho. Xabu Bianca. Hlokhulu Olona. Kanayo Yanga. Ludzia Asanda. Lukhele Nosipho Fortunate. Madikizela Onele. Madubela Ivakele. Mhlangeni Sisipho Zipho. Majozi Emihle. Malangeni kuhle. Manci Sanele. Maqa Ayanda. Masango Khululiwe. Mavundla Ntombivelile. Mbeki Noncedo. Mdingi Buntu. Mdiya Athini. Mdlalose Sibusisiwe. Mdlankomo Tombozuko. Mdume Afika. Mduna Yanga. Mkityiselwa Sinazo. Mgoqi Nontombi Ana. Minana Athabile.
The writing is too small. Their writing is too small. Those guys.
Nkekane Aphiwe.
Pass the message, concerns. The writing is too small. It's the message. The one whose others are not typed.
Mlenze Asonele. Mnomya Lusanda. Ntuyedwa Phelokazi Phelisa. Mukwena Thabile. Momo Yandisa. Mpofana Solomzi. Muwisi Zikhona. Mzinyathi Johnson. Ndamane Sandiso. Ndamase Thembile. Ndulula Sivuyisiwe. Ndwanyana Onwabe. Ngabashe Andisiwe. Ngoma Emihle. Ngqangweni Lizo. Ngubo Masande. Nipha Luxolo. Kubu Ande Agrippa. Noeku Sinenjongo. Nonkeyizana Zizipho. Nothanaza Abongile. Ntakana Abongile. Ntlukano Nasiphi. Ntuli Nosihle. Komani Chuma. Nyangiwe Khanyisile Penelope. Nzimani Bahle. Phetheni Maria. Phakathi yongama. Phoswa mongi. Utha nozuko. Anathi sidinile. Sikhathaza tembeko. Sonchingwa unathi. Tethinene Simpiwe. Chabalala lilonke. Chaka abonga. Chula sisanda. Swanyane. Swanyane Karabo. Swanyane Yotu Samantha. Ngeva sazi. Cholo nande. Amba viwe. Zulu ongeziwe. Oh, okay. Thank you. Tata Pasarams.
Oyemtomnyama ayisekusele kancane kancane sizophumelela kancane sekusele kancane kancane sizophumelela kancane sekusele kancane kancane sizophumelela. Thank you. Chairperson of the council, Advocate Nqogai Toby, in his absentia, Madam Chancellor N. Koboto, in her absentia, Madam Vice Chancellor, Prof. R. N. Songa, President of the Convocation, Dr. L. X. Mantashe, in his absentia, campus SRC, parents, and graduates, I greet you. My name is Sinetemba Machoba, the Secretary General of the institutional SRC. Okokuqala, mandiqale kubazali. Osingaye naba but abona abantu abenze sadibana ngosingaye ngabazali. Ndithi mandibulise kubo qala ngokungazenzisiyo ndithi molweni bazali. On behalf of the ISRC, we would like to give you a congratulatory message. Well, you did it. You all accomplished one of the major milestones of your lives, university graduation. This is a major step in the journey of your lives, one that should be recognized for immense significance. It is an act not only a personal commitment, but also one of pride you all worked for. But graduation is not an end goal itself. It's instead a part of longer journey of life. Wherever your future takes you, let it take you somewhere. Life is a journey, and all accomplishments you achieve during its course should be taken as starting points for further achievements. Prof. Vice Chancellor, unento ehleli eyisho every time evula that masingapheleli apha xa ngaba sigraduate sifumana i-diplomas zethu and i-degrees zethu masiqhubeke nemfundo as ixesha lisavuma. You have already shown your commitment to personal growth through making to this ceremony today. And life is about growing and being in your programs give each of you new opportunities to continue growing and to learn new skills with you for the rest of your lives. You don't have to stop there. This graduation has already shown us that you are capable, and you are capable. You all are accomplishing your goals when you commit yourselves to them. I hope all of you here today can take this personal accomplishment as an example of how anything is truly possible when you put your minds to it. As you continue in your lives, just take each new problem on with confidence, knowing that you have achieved a great height and you are equipped with necessary tools to tackle your future. Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe used to say, education to us means service to Africa. So, xa siphuma apha namhlanje, let's make our parents proud. Bangakhali sigredile, kubonakale now that sizizifundiso. And we are so happy bazali silapha sonke ne-graduates zethu zanamhlanje that how we wish xa siphuma apha siphumeni siyophangela. And as institutional SRC, we wish into bana wonke umuntu lapha, yonke graduate, wonke umuntu graduate from day one till this far, afumane into azoyo applya ngayo emsebenzini. And we are sure, sithembile, our convocation, esimeleyo that wonke umuntu olapha, uzawufumana iqwakuqwaku lakhe, azoyofuna ngalo umsebenzi. In closure, mandiphinde ndibulele futhi i-graduates. Ingani lento namhlanje, inga singaphuma apha, umuntu ayofumana into yakhe, izwe lethu.
Madam Chancellor, in absentia, Mamu Koboto, the Chairperson of Council, Advocate Ngukai Tobi, Council members in attendance, the Principal and the Vice Chancellor of Walter Sisulu University, Professor Songa, the Executive Management, Institutional Leadership of the SRC, Campus Leadership of the SRC, people who have joined us virtually, friends and parents of graduates. Graduates, I greet you all in the name of Jesus. Now, firstly, I wish to introduce myself. My name is Sandy Sombongo, and I'm the Deputy President of the Convocation. Now, the journey for some has been long and has been hard. For some, it has been short, and it has been sweet. We are experiencing different emotions today. Those emotions, of course, are informed by individual stories that we have. We cannot shy away from the fact that the most challenging space currently is in the institutions of higher learning. Our experience has taught us that challenges graduates face the most are not in the classroom, but they are outside the classroom. That is why we say today, we wish to congratulate you and to welcome you to Convocation. We know that some have gone to classes on an empty stomach. We know that some have been tempted to commit suicide. We know some have sacrificed their jobs so that they get a second chance to access the institutions of higher learning. And we say today, we do not take that for granted. I wish to express that this is not the first time such an event is happening, because there's nothing new under the sun. Generations and generations have come before you, and we wish to say to the generation of 2013, you need to define your own course so that you are intentional in how you move forward. We also wish to express that as you are leaving the institution, you will be subjected into the pressure of wanting to be successful. We wish to say to you, define your success in the following manner. Your success should be about taking you down and down as a human being, because you are devoting your life into the service of others and your society. It should teach you humility, humanity, and service. We also wish to express that, of course, there are public perceptions about WSU as a university. We cannot fault people about what they think about the university, but we thank the parents for trusting us with their children. It shows that indeed it takes a village to grow a child. We also want to give you confidence, because this is a psychological barrier. We want to tell you that the university is led by former graduates of WSU. Your Vice Chancellor is a former student of WSU. Your DVC, institutional support, is the former student of WSU. Your registrar is a Mukoboto, former graduate of WSU. The chairperson of council is the former student of WSU. Literally what this says, it says the university is run by Convocation. Now, as you are also making your transition towards being an independent person from the university, I want you to acknowledge the following. There's a tripartite relationship you need to endure and sustain as an individual. You are subjected to sustain a relationship with your society because the society is where you live. 2, you are expected to sustain a relationship with the labor market. It doesn't matter whether you are an employee or an entrepreneur, but you've got a responsibility of sustaining that relationship. 3, you are expected to sustain a relationship with the university itself because that is where your identity is. So you are expected to maintain those 3 tripartite relationships. And as you maintain those, we wish to also indicate that you'll be acting as an ambassador to all these 3 tripartite relationships. When people see you, they see WSU. And when you go out there, we wish that to inspire confidence in people about WSU. We are also joining the Convocation during a life-changing campaign, where of course the graduates of WSU are faced with the challenge of 1.4 billion rand of historical debt. Some of you today will not be receiving their certificates because of that debt. So as Convocation, we have then launched what we call a Graduate Debt Clearance Fund on the 10th of March, 2013. And in that event, we have managed to raise more than 40 million rands to clear off this graduate debt. We want to acknowledge the contributors to it. It has came from the government, the business sectors, the sitters, generous individuals, the university management, the council, the students, and also the workers of the university. So we do encourage that you fill in those forms that we are given so that there is a way in which we are going to communicate with you post your graduate day. And also establish what we call a crowdfunding in which you can make a periodic and a small contribution to that funding. We also wish to indicate that we'll be expanding our convocation work by launching chapters in different provinces. We have went to Gauteng, we have went to Cape Town, we have went to Eastern Cape. We will be moving also to other directions of provinces. When we do so, we do encourage your participation in these activities. Now, for someone who does not know what Convocation is a group of graduates. Every graduate of WSU is a Convocation member. And why do we need Convocation at WSU? People have alluded to say we are faced with a high rate of unemployment. We are faced with the challenge of historical debt. We have then decided that we are going to raise funds to fund those certificates in order for all graduates of WSU to get certificates. We are not only going to raise funds because we know that opportunities are created through networks. So also building networks and partnership with all respective businesses so that all our graduates are able to get an opportunity of accessing the place of work. So that is why you need Convocation. That is why you should participate in Convocation. And that is why Convocation is important at WSU. We have further then, as a Convocation, developed a criteria in which we are going to disband these funds. Post these graduations, we are going to make an announcement to say, these are people who are going to benefit from the 40 million we have managed to raise. Of course, this is a process-based approach. There will be a first cohort, second cohort, and a third cohort. If you want to ask yourself a question of saying, is it possible for us to raise 1.4 billion? We say as the Convocation, yes, we can. We also wish to say, we congratulate you for your victory, and we hope that you are going to participate throughout our programs. It will be unjust of me, of course, not to acknowledge the good work that has been done by the university management in doors of learning to our students. We know very well that each graduate has 6 stomachs to feed. And that is why we say we are grateful for the opportunity of access into higher education. We also acknowledge that the students' experience become more and more difficult when you are within the university. So we also need to acknowledge the retention strategies that has been there to maintain these students within our university. Further on, we wish to say we also congratulate them in their success. We also wish to acknowledge the SRC. One of the important political leaders, business leaders, are students of student activism. We want to say to the SRC, keep the light shining, keep it burning. This is a necessary cause for all students of our university so that they become fit for purpose in terms of being graduate. Then lastly, I wish to acknowledge the University Council. The management systems of the university has improved.
Class, welcome. Thank you very much for coming to this event. Can I also request you to give a round of applause for everyone? To the pastor, Pastor Mbodila, thank you for connecting to us with our Creator, and that you reminded us that God has done a new thing and there are good promises for us. We thank you, Madam Vice Chancellor, that the courage you always give us, the food for thought you always give us. We appreciate the work that you do, and we support you that indeed, we as graduates will never give up. We promise you that. Thank you. To the Secretary General of the ISRC, Mr. Machoba, you are right. Life is about growing, and we thank you that you have reminded us that we need to study and learn new skills. To our Deputy President, Mr. Mbongo, the Deputy President of Convocation, we thank you very much for reminding us about the humanity and humility and service to mankind. We also thank you to the Convocation at large for fundraising for the university, and we appreciate the work that you are doing. To the choir, Dr. Mpiti, you have a choir. Yes, we really enjoyed the melodies. I felt like dancing when I was sitting there. We just want to thank you for, entertaining us. The sweet melodies that you sang for us, we really enjoyed. To graduates, do we have SRC members who graduated today? Staff members, can you stand? SRC? No SRC. Okay, staff? No staff. But I saw student ambassadors. Am I correct? Can you just stand and wave? We want to congratulate you and say thank you. For the SRC, we had about 22 who graduated, 23 who have graduated, some are still graduating. Your president as well graduated. So that shows that SRC is also now on board, teaching their students, their fellow constituency, that we lead by example. We get education first before we get political. Balancing the two is very important, and we appreciate the work that you are doing. The graduates, can you stand up quickly and face your lecturer? And I'm saying on your behalf, please stand up and face your lecturers and say to them, as I speak on your behalf, thank you to Komani lecturers, WSU lecturers, who really took us on board, taught us, spent sleepless nights, prepared for our classes, and they were always there for us. We really want to thank you for making that complex task so simple for us. We appreciate you. Applaud them, please. Thank you. Can you face your parents and say to your parents, we are grateful for you, the support you gave us. You were there during difficult times. You gave us the necessary funds that we needed, and this is where we are today. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be where we are today. And for that, we appreciate you. Can you applaud your parents? As you take your seat, we are saying, as graduates, we will take care of you as well because you did that to us. I want to thank everyone, our team who participated in the organization of this event, MCA, the registrar, the photographers and IT team, security, facilities, the cleaning services, the ushers, those who also provided nourishment for us. If it wasn't for the work that you have done, this event will not be as successful as it is. So to all of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As I conclude, I want to give the following announcements. We are requesting that as the choir leads us on with the